Hi, I'm George Brain, and this is just a short video to talk about the process of initial teacher training. For me, I've always wanted to become a teacher. Ever since being in school and learning from the teachers around me, with my biggest influence being my drama teacher, from what I can remember, and my art teacher within school. You know, they taught me confidence and they taught me how to come out of my shell through the art of teaching. I'm just making this video to just help or just provide some information on initial teacher training and the process that goes behind it, because there are a lot of elements within the teacher training that can be a bit difficult to understand and put people off actually applying sometimes. Why is it important to know why you want to teach? Throughout your process you get asked this question quite a bit, through your personal statement, through interviews. This question is something that comes up a lot. Now for me, it's important to teach drama. It not only teaches you the skills for stage and theatre, and of course that's important, but it also teaches you how to act within the real world. So in certain situations, how you would deal with them and how somebody else may deal with them, and finding empathy through characterisation as such. So that I could speak for hours about the subject of drama. But what is important for you if you are applying for teacher training is to understand what your key aspect is and why you want to do it. So if you want to teach physics, why? If you want to teach English, why? And give a very specific answer. Before you start your process, it's great to get experience. If you're stuck, the Get Into Teaching website, go onto that, book your work experience, which is incredible. And you can just literally book it like it's you're booking a table at a restaurant. It's crazy. Most schools or university-based training asks for a minimum of 10 days at work experience. Now, this is just so they know that this is what you want to do, saving you going into studying teaching and you don't like it at all. Once you've had that experience, you know, yes, this is what I want to go into. You need to understand the different routes into teaching. Now, there's this great website called Get Into Teaching. So this is just the website, and it gives you like a little checklist on what you should do with your application through UCAS and just preparing yourself for UCAS. And if you just go on the menu bar, you can just go down, explore my options, and here are the teacher training routes. And it just gives you a little bit more information on the school-led training and university. So the two different routes you can take through teacher training is university-based. So going to university to study a course on teacher training, or school-based, so that's through Schools Direct or school-centred initial teacher training. Both routes are brilliant, and both routes have their weaknesses at the same time. So just weighing up the two different routes is essential when you are looking for places you can apply to. I applied to one school-centred initial teacher training and two university, one Liverpool and Manchester. This decision revolved around I wanted to have a PGCE, whereas the school centred in Stoke-on-Trent, which is my hometown, which is why I applied for it, didn't have that qualification. Now a PGCE is a postgraduate certificate of education, and it gives you 60 credits towards a master's, which is 180 credits. Now a master's is important to me. I want to study a master's, so getting that qualification is really important. I'll go on more about my choices in another video, why I picked what I did, which I'll reveal at the end. Next is to write a personal statement. You can sometimes regurgitate so much into a personal statement, and sometimes all you need to know is, what experience that is relevant. Now that's not to say that don't put part-time jobs down. I am going to post my personal statement down below and you can take inspiration from it. And I got all three offers at two universities and one school. So it was a strong personal statement. That's probably what got me to the interviews. And do make it quite creative and fun and enjoy writing it. I really enjoyed writing mine. I talked about the reasons behind drama and why it's so important, but then I also talked about, you know, my personal experience and why I find teaching great. So it is fun. It is an academic piece of writing, so it does need to be formal in an aspect, but at the same time, have fun with it. Don't worry about it. Enjoy writing it. Once you've got this personal statement, you move along through UCAS. And UCAS is really simple. It's the UCAS teacher training website, and it just basically gives you quite a lot of information on how to track your process, your personal statement. You know, this is probably better advice than mine. But yeah, just little articles and everything about how to use the website itself and how to use Track. But it is really useful to have a look at, and gives you some dates as well about Apply 1 and Apply 2. There is a fee through UCAS, £25 approximately, and you pay that, and that money is basically just the application fee. It doesn't cover, you know, travel expenses or anything to get to the interviews. It is simply just to apply for UCAS. And so through application period, you've got some references that you need to put in. If you're at university, your principal reference, which is your first reference, that should be your tutor, your university tutor. And your second reference can be anybody within, you know, the experience. I wrote down my work experience within Costa Coffee and how I've known this person for 2 years. She knows me so well, so I thought, well, I'll put that down. And she wrote me a brilliant reference according to my interview, so that was brilliant. So your principal and your secondary references are important, and you need communication with those references, because they get sent an email and they have to do it personally and so you can't see the references themselves. So having good communication with your tutors or, you know, your boss at work about these references is important, because you can't move on with the process until that is done. And then your application gets sent out to the universities. Now, I got mine very, very quickly. I got mine within 7 days, all my interviews, and they were for the following week, so do expect to act on quick. Yeah, and then I did all my interviews in a space of a week, and I got offers that night on every single one. So I'd get a notification through UCAS just stating, you know, if I got an offer or not, which I got 3 conditionals, which is great. In addition, I forgot to mention, you need to apply for your professional skills test. So this is the QTS, this is to gain qualified teaching status. Without these tests, you cannot become a teacher, essentially. That's how serious it is. You get 3 chances to pass the test. The first one is free, and then you have to pay a fee afterwards, which, you know, if it's free, you might as well revise and attempt. It's a literacy test and it's a numeracy test, and I've got these 2 books. This one's the literacy, and it just helps you, you know, through spellings. After I did a practice test and I only got 59%, which means I would have failed because the pass rate is 63. So I just thought I'd get this book and, you know, do some revision with that. But yeah, teach because you want to teach. Don't just teach for the money. It's not worth it. And do it in a subject you love. A lot of people are trying to push me to teach English because the more employability rates, and it's a subject that is needed, but it's not my passion. My passion is drama. So yeah, just teach what you love and you'll be fine. Thank you very much.